The sky changed that morning. People noticed it first as a strange shadow moving over the city. Birds flew in panic, and windows reflected a deep metallic shimmer. From the ground, it looked like enormous shapes floating in the clouds. Children stopped playing, and adults pointed at the sky with disbelief. Something was coming, and no one knew what it was. In the control room of the Earth Defense Forces, Commander Tom stared at the radar screen. The blips moving closer were unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Ships larger than mountains blocked the sun, and their engines hummed a sound that vibrated through the earth. Tom felt a chill run down his spine, but he quickly steadied himself. Fear would not guide him today. Humanity needed someone who could think clearly and act fast. Scientists and engineers gathered around large monitors showing images of the approaching fleet. Among them was Engineer Mia, a young woman with sharp eyes and a calm demeanor. She studied the ships carefully. Their design was strange, with jagged surfaces that reflected light in unnatural ways. Their movement was precise, almost mechanical. Mia realized instantly that these aliens were not here by accident. They were organized, intelligent, and ready to attack. People in cities looked up in awe and fear. Traffic stopped on the highways as drivers abandoned their cars to watch the spectacle. News helicopters hovered, broadcasting the events live to millions around the world. Governments activated emergency protocols, but even with all the communication, nobody could predict the aliens' actions. Tom and his team worked quickly. They had to understand the enemy before the enemy understood them. Military forces across the globe were on high alert. Fighter jets scrambled into the sky, satellites began scanning the approaching fleet, and ground troops moved into defensive positions. Soldiers whispered to each other, sharing their concerns and fears. Many had trained for war scenarios, but none had imagined facing beings from another world. The tension was like electricity in the air. Everyone felt it. Meanwhile, Mia worked in the laboratory. She analyzed energy readings from the ships, trying to find weak points. Her calculations were meticulous. Every pattern she noticed, every detail she recorded, could mean the difference between life and death. She was determined not to let fear cloud her mind. The humans outside were counting on her intelligence and skill to find a way to fight back. Above, the cities the alien ships moved slowly, almost as if they were surveying Earth before making a decision. Their shadows grew longer as the sun climbed higher. From the ground, people could see faint lights flickering along the ship's surfaces. Some said the lights looked like eyes, watching every movement. Children clung to their parents, while adults tried to stay calm, speaking in low voices and reassuring themselves that someone would protect them. Tom called a meeting with his senior officers. They gathered around a large holographic table showing a three-dimensional map of the planet and the approaching fleet. He spoke firmly, outlining the situation. These ships are not here for observation. They are here to take control. We do not know their strength, but we know one thing. We will not surrender. Humanity will fight. His words were met with nods and murmurs of agreement. Fear was present, but determination burned brighter. Outside the military bases, civilians began to organize. Communities shared resources, set up safe zones, and prepared for possible attacks. The world felt united in a way it never had before. Strangers helped each other, and even small acts of kindness became powerful symbols of human resilience. In the face of the unknown, humanity began to show its true strength, not just in technology and weapons, but in courage and solidarity. As the hours passed, the alien fleet moved closer. Every radar blip, every light in the sky reminded humans that time was limited. Tom and Mia worked tirelessly, coordinating defenses, analyzing data, and preparing strategies. The tension was high, but so was the focus. Humans had faced many challenges before, but this was unlike anything in history. Yet there was a quiet confidence building among them. The first contact was coming, and no one knew exactly what would happen. People looked up at the sky, holding their breath. The aliens had arrived, and the world was about to change forever. Commander Tom and Engineer Mia knew that the coming hours would test every skill, every decision, and every ounce of courage humanity possessed. They also knew one thing clearly: humans would not go down without a fight. The alien fleet hovered silently above the Earth. Its massive ships blocked the sun in some areas, casting cities into sudden twilight. People everywhere stopped their routines and stared at the sky. Farmers abandoned their fields, workers paused on construction sites, and children stood frozen in the streets. The world waited for a sign of what the visitors wanted. Then the first message came. It was not a sound humans could hear naturally. It was a deep vibration that traveled through the air and ground. Every screen, every device, every loudspeaker around the world came alive at the same time. The aliens spoke in a strange language at first. Then a human voice echoed clearly over all channels, translated from the alien message. It said humans must surrender within hours or face total destruction. Governments reacted immediately. Leaders held emergency meetings in bunkers deep underground. Military advisors and scientists argued over how to respond. Fear ran high, but even in panic, humans tried to stay calm. Commander Tom listened to the translations of the alien message. His jaw tightened. Surrender was not an option. Humanity had faced many threats before, and this would not be the first time humans had to fight for survival. In cities and towns, people debated what to do. Some were afraid and suggested hiding. Others believed in fighting. The tension was thick, but something stronger grew inside humans: determination. Even ordinary citizens started preparing. They collected supplies, helped neighbors, and kept watch over their streets. Fear alone could not control them. Humans had a spirit that refused to give up, even in the face of a threat that seemed impossible. Engineer Mia worked in her lab surrounded by screens filled with alien data. She studied the energy readings from the fleet and calculated possible weak points. Her hands moved quickly over the keyboard. Every calculation mattered. Every detail could mean the difference between survival and extinction. She knew the aliens underestimated humans, and she planned to use that mistake. Commander Tom stood in the command center with his officers. They made plans to protect key cities and population centers. Satellites were redirected to track alien ships and collect data. Fighter jets were armed and ready, though Tom knew conventional weapons might not be enough. Still, he believed humans had one advantage: their creativity. Aliens might be stronger, but humans could think in ways that machines and technology could not predict. The aliens sent another message, this time more direct. They demanded humans hand over all technology, weapons, and leadership. The tone left no room for negotiation. Most of the world felt a chill, but Tom refused to give in. He addressed his team with calm authority. "We are stronger than they. No. We will protect our world. We will not surrender." His words spread quickly among soldiers and civilians, bringing hope and courage. In the streets, ordinary people began to show courage in small but meaningful ways. They shared water and food, helped organize communication between neighborhoods, and stayed alert for danger. Even in fear, humans found ways to act together. Communities became stronger. People learned quickly that their survival depended not only on military forces, but on every human willing to think, help, and fight if necessary. The media covered every detail of the alien demands. Images of the massive ships filled screens around the world. Experts tried to analyze the threat, but even they admitted that nothing in human history compared to what was happening. Despite the overwhelming odds, many spoke of hope and resilience. People everywhere repeated one thought: humans would not give up without a fight. Mia discovered something important in the alien signals. A small fluctuation in the energy waves. suggested that their ships had a moment of vulnerability when they adjusted positions. It was tiny, but it was something humans could use. She quickly shared the information with Commander Tom. "If we time it correctly, we can strike with maximum effect," she said. Tom nodded. Every small advantage mattered when the enemy was so powerful. The hours passed slowly. The alien fleet moved closer to the largest cities, testing human reactions. Every movement was carefully observed, and humans responded with careful planning and quick thinking. Soldiers trained, engineers prepared new devices, and communities stayed vigilant. Fear was present, but determination grew stronger with every passing moment. Humans were ready to fight for their planet. As night fell, the sky glowed with the light of the alien ships. People looked up, not with despair, but with resolve. Commander Tom and Engineer Mia prepared for the moments that would decide the fate of humanity. The aliens had given their ultimatum. Humans would respond. The world waited, tense and united, as the first battle approached. The world had hours to prepare, but for Commander Tom, every minute felt like a lifetime. He stood in the central command room, surrounded by maps, monitors, and blinking lights. Soldiers moved quickly, checking weapons, loading supplies, and coordinating positions. Outside, fighter jets roared into the sky, practicing maneuvers and preparing for the unknown. Every action had purpose. Every second counted. Engineer Mia worked in the laboratory, surrounded by computers and screens. Her eyes scanned streams of data as she calculated possibilities. She had found small weaknesses in the alien ship's energy patterns. It was not much, but in battle, even a small advantage could turn the tide. Mia worked tirelessly, creating new strategies and sharing her plans with Tom and the military team. They listened carefully, knowing that human ingenuity might be the strongest weapon they had. In cities, communities prepared in their own ways. People built barricades, organized communication networks, and made sure everyone had access to food and water. Volunteers guided children and the elderly to safe areas. Streets that were once full of traffic and noise now had a strange calm. Everyone understood the importance of focus. Every small effort was part of the larger plan to survive. Military units practiced teamwork and coordination. Soldiers trained in urban areas, learning to move quickly and efficiently. Fighter pilots studied alien flight patterns from the data collected by satellites. Naval ships positioned themselves in strategic locations. Even drone operators working in secret control rooms prepared to use technology to strike at critical points. Humans were creating layers of defense designed to slow and confuse the enemy. Meanwhile, Commander Tom held a meeting with his senior officers. "The aliens are strong, but we are smarter," he said firmly. "We will not wait for them to attack. We will act, but we must act carefully. Timing is everything." His officers nodded. Plans were drawn and redrawn, simulations ran repeatedly, and every detail was examined. Humans had one chance to use strategy, precision, and courage to survive. Maya continued analyzing alien energy patterns. She discovered that their shields took time to recharge after they moved. If humans struck during those moments, they could damage the ships. She shared the findings with Tom, who immediately adjusted the defense strategy. Engineers worked to modify missiles and drones to take advantage of these openings. Every team member understood the importance of precision and speed. In small towns, people shared information from military broadcasts. They learned how to help soldiers, report sightings, and protect their families. Even farmers contributed by hiding supplies and creating obstacles for possible alien landings. Humans were using their knowledge of the Earth itself as part of their defense. Mountains, rivers, and forests became natural allies. As night approached, the alien ships loomed closer. Their massive forms reflected city lights and cast shadows across towns and countryside. People looked up at the sky with a mixture of fear and determination. Some whispered prayers, while others whispered strategies. In homes, offices, and streets, humans prepared for the moment when the first strike would arrive. Commander Tom and Mia moved from one control center to another, checking every system. They coordinated with pilots, soldiers, and engineers. Every signal, every message, and every action had to be perfect. Tom could feel the weight of responsibility, but he also felt confidence in human determination. The world was united, and even in fear, people had found courage. The final hours of preparation were tense. Soldiers checked their gear one last time. Pilots examined fighter jets for malfunctions. Engineers ensured that weapons and drones were ready to fire at a moment's notice. Civilians kept watch, guided children to safety, and stayed alert for instructions. Humanity had mobilized as one, using knowledge, courage, and coordination to face a threat from beyond the stars. As dawn approached, the alien fleet moved closer to Earth. Its ships were massive, powerful, and silent. Humans had prepared, but the coming battle was still uncertain. Commander Tom looked at Mia and nodded. "It is time," he said. Mia nodded in return. They both knew that the hours of preparation, the calculations, and the training would be tested in the moments ahead. The sky began to light up with the alien ship's energy fields. Every human on Earth held their breath. The first clash was coming. Humans were ready to show that courage, creativity, and unity could face even the most powerful invaders. The stage was set, and the fight for Earth was about to begin. The morning sky burned with alien light as the fleet approached. Massive ships hovered above cities, their metallic surfaces shining like mirrors. Humans looked up, hearts pounding, ready for the moment they had trained and prepared for. "Commander." Tom stood in the control center, eyes fixed on the radar screens. This was it, the moment when preparation would meet reality. Fighter jets took off in waves, engines screaming as they soared into the sky. Soldiers manned anti-aircraft positions and coordinated with drones armed for precision strikes. Ground units moved into strategic positions, ready to defend cities and protect civilians. Every human acted with purpose, knowing that this battle would decide the future of Earth. Engineer Mia monitored the alien energy shields closely. She had discovered their small weaknesses, and now it was time to use that knowledge. "Target the ships when they adjust positions," she instructed. Through the communication lines, her voice was calm, confident, and firm. Pilots and soldiers listened carefully, trusting her calculations. Humanity had no choice but to strike with intelligence and timing. The aliens moved slowly, almost as if studying human reactions. Their weapons glowed with energy, and humans could see faint pulses traveling along the ship's surfaces. Civilians watched in awe and fear, but soldiers remained focused. They knew the first strike would be critical. One miscalculation could endanger millions, while a successful attack could change the course of the battle. The first shots were fired from Earth. Fighter jets swooped in, firing missiles aimed at the aliens' weak points. Drones launched precise energy pulses that hit the shields at vulnerable moments. The explosions lit up the sky as the alien fleet responded. Energy beams shot from the ships, cutting through the clouds and lighting the ground below. The battle had begun. Humans were faster than the aliens expected. Fighter jets twisted and turned, avoiding beams and striking again. Soldiers on the ground coordinated with precision, using every resource they had. Civilians cheered from safe areas, inspired by the courage they saw. Humanity was not just defending, it was fighting with heart, creativity, and unity. "Commander." Tom directed the human forces with calm authority. "Focus on the weak points," he shouted. "Do not waste energy on the shields. Timing is our advantage." His voice carried through the communication lines, guiding pilots, soldiers, and engineers. The humans acted like a single organism, moving with intelligence and determination. Mia calculated each strike in real time. She noticed a pattern in the alien ship's movements, a small delay as they adjusted shields and energy beams. "Now," she called. "Strike now!" Missiles and drones hit the alien ships simultaneously. The explosions rocked the fleet, and one massive ship began to falter. Humans watched as their first successful attack landed. Cheers erupted across command centers and cities alike. Humanity had proven that even the strongest enemy could be challenged. The aliens responded quickly, unleashing powerful energy beams and attacking Earth's forces. Buildings shook, and fires ignited in some areas, but human strategy minimized the damage. Soldiers evacuated civilians, redirected attacks, and continued to fight back. Despite the fear, humans stayed calm and coordinated. Every decision mattered, and humans were proving their ability to adapt under pressure. The battle continued, with humans using strategy, timing, and courage to hold their ground. Fighter jets performed daring maneuvers, missiles struck with precision, and drones delivered critical strikes. Civilians contributed by providing information and helping maintain order. Humanity's collective effort showed that strength was not just in weapons, but in intelligence, unity, and courage. Hours passed, and the alien fleet began to show signs of strain. Ships that had seemed invincible faltered after repeated strikes. At weak points, humans were learning quickly, using observation and creativity to exploit openings. Commander Tom and Mia exchanged determined looks. They knew the fight was far from over, but the first victory had shown that Earth was not powerless. As the sun began to set, the first day of battle ended. The alien fleet retreated slightly, regrouping in space. Humans used the time to repair, reorganize, and prepare for the next confrontation. Cities were damaged, but spirits were high. People celebrated the courage and skill of soldiers, pilots, engineers, and civilians. Humanity had faced its first challenge against the invaders, and had survived. Commander Tom looked at the sky and then at Mia. "This is only the beginning," he said. "But we have shown them what humans can do." Mia nodded. "We are ready for what comes next." Across the world, humans rested, repaired, and prepared. The first clash had ended, but the war for Earth was far from over. The night was quiet, but humans were far from resting. Commander Tom moved from one command center to another, checking on soldiers, pilots, and engineers. The first battle had shown that humans could fight the alien fleet, but now it was time to push back. Every city, every base, and every unit prepared for a coordinated counterattack. Engineer Mia analyzed data from the first clash. She noticed patterns in the aliens' movements and weaknesses that had not been exploited fully. "They are strong but predictable," she said to Tom. "We can strike at multiple points at the same time. If we coordinate carefully, we can force them to retreat." Tom nodded. "Then we do not wait. We act. Humanity will take the fight to them." In the sky, fighter jets were refueled and armed with upgraded missiles. Drones were reprogrammed to strike precisely at the alien energy sources. Soldiers moved into advanced positions to protect key cities and infrastructure. Every detail mattered, and humans worked together like a single unit. Civilians assisted by maintaining communication lines and alerting forces to alien activity. Everyone played a role. As dawn approached, the alien fleet returned. Their ships glowed with energy, and their movements were swift and coordinated. They had expected humans to defend, but the humans were ready to attack. Commander Tom gave the order. "Engage! Hit them hard! Hit them smart!" Fighter jets roared into the sky, weaving through the alien energy beams. Drones launched in perfect formation, targeting weak points identified by Mia. The aliens fired back, but humans were ready. Shields and countermeasures worked perfectly, minimizing damage. Missiles struck simultaneously at multiple ships, causing the alien fleet to stagger. Explosions lit the sky, and debris from damaged ships fell toward the ocean. Humans watched the results with a mixture of awe and determination. They were showing the invaders that Earth was not an easy target. On the ground, soldiers moved quickly to secure areas that the aliens might target next. Anti-aircraft units fired with precision, and communication lines guided reinforcements to critical points. Civilians in safe zones assisted by monitoring and reporting alien movements. The entire planet had become part of the counterattack. Humans were not just defending, they were taking control of the fight. Mia's calculations were crucial. She predicted the aliens' next moves and communicated with pilots and drone operators in real time. "They will shift left to protect the larger ships," she said. "Hit the right side now." Missiles and drones struck exactly where she predicted, and one of the largest alien ships faltered, losing altitude and struggling to maintain stability. Humanity's strategy was working. The aliens were taken by surprise. Their attacks were strong, but humans had adapted. The combination of ground, air, and drone forces created pressure the alien fleet had not expected. Commander Tom pushed forward, coordinating each strike and ensuring that humans maintained advantage. Each successful hit increased confidence and morale. In cities, people watched the skies, inspired by the courage of humans in battle. Stories of bravery spread quickly. Pilots performed daring maneuvers, soldiers coordinated complex defense systems, and civilians helped where they could. Even small actions mattered. Humanity had become a force the aliens could not ignore. By midday, the alien fleet was in retreat. Ships that had once seemed invincible were damaged, and their attacks became less coordinated. Humans pressed the advantage, striking with precision and maintaining pressure. Commander Tom knew they could not stop now. Victory would depend on consistency and determination. Mia continued to provide critical guidance, predicting the aliens' attempts to regroup. "They will try to escape to higher orbit," she said. "Intercept them now." Humans followed her calculations perfectly. Missiles and drones reached the alien ships, hitting their energy cores. One massive ship exploded in a brilliant flash, sending a shockwave through the remaining fleet. Humanity had delivered a decisive blow. The alien fleet finally began to withdraw. Energy shields flickered, and many ships were damaged beyond repair. Humans cheered, but Commander Tom remained focused. "This is only part of the battle," he said. "They will return. We must be ready for the next strike." Civilians, soldiers, and engineers alike understood the message. Humans had proven their strength, but the fight was not over. As night fell, Earth was quiet again, but for the first time, humans felt true hope. The counterattack had worked. They had shown the aliens that humans could fight back, adapt, and win. Commander Tom and Mia stood together looking at the stars. "They underestimated us," Tom said. "And that is our advantage." Mia nodded. Humanity had begun to change the course of the war. The morning after the counterattack, Earth was alive with activity. Commander Tom walked through the command center, observing soldiers, pilots, and engineers preparing for the next strike. Humans had proven their strength, but the war was far from over. The alien fleet, though weakened, was still formidable, and every decision now could decide the outcome of the battle. Engineer Mia stood by the main display, studying the alien fleet's retreat patterns. "They are regrouping near the asteroid belt," she said. "If we strike before they reorganize fully, we can end the fight." Tom nodded. "Then we move quickly. Humanity cannot give them time to recover." Plans were drawn, calculations checked, and strategies refined. Every team worked in perfect coordination, knowing that precision and timing were essential. Fighter jets took to the sky once again, their engines roaring in unison. Missiles and drones were launched, following carefully planned paths to intercept the alien ships. Ground forces coordinated to defend cities and maintain supply lines. Every human played a role, and every action counted. Civilians watched from safe zones, inspired by the bravery and skill of those on the front lines. The aliens had expected resistance, but the speed and coordination of humans surprised them. Their ships, though powerful, struggled to maintain formation under the simultaneous attacks. Humans struck from multiple directions, targeting energy cores, shield generators, and communication arrays. Explosions lit the sky, and debris floated through space, evidence of the growing human advantage. Commander. Tom directed the attack with calm authority. Focus on the weak points. Keep pressure on them. We cannot allow them to regroup, he said. Pilots followed his instructions with precision, weaving through energy beams and striking at the moments Mia had predicted. Humanity was using every tool at its disposal, combining courage, intelligence, and technology to gain the upper hand. Mia continued to analyze real-time data. She noticed that the aliens were adjusting their shields too slowly, leaving gaps for humans to exploit. "Now," she called, "hit the left side. Their energy will not recharge in time." Missiles and drones followed her command, striking with perfect timing. One massive alien ship began to falter, spinning uncontrollably as energy bursts lit the surrounding sky. Humanity had once again turned knowledge into victory. On the ground, soldiers remained vigilant. Anti-aircraft systems targeted incoming alien projectiles, while engineers repaired critical equipment and maintained communication lines. Civilians contributed by monitoring and reporting alien movements, helping the military respond quickly. Every human, whether on the battlefield or in safe zones, played a role in the fight. The alien fleet, realizing the pressure humans were applying, attempted a desperate retreat toward the outer orbit. Commander Tom did not hesitate. "Do not let them escape," he ordered. Fighter jets pursued the alien ships, coordinating with drones and missile strikes. The humans' combined efforts created a relentless assault, leaving the aliens no opportunity to recover. Explosions rocked the alien fleet as humans struck repeatedly. Energy shields failed on several ships, and one of the largest vessels was destroyed completely. The aliens had underestimated human strategy, coordination, and determination. Commander Tom and Mia watched as the enemy fleet began to collapse under relentless pressure. Humanity's advantage had grown stronger with every successful strike. In cities, people celebrated quietly but remained vigilant. They knew the war was not over, but hope was stronger than fear. Stories of bravery spread, inspiring soldiers and civilians alike. Fighter pilots pushed their limits, soldiers coordinated complex attacks, and engineers adapted technology to exploit every weakness in the alien fleet. Every success strengthened the human resolve. By evening, the alien fleet was in full retreat, fleeing to distant sectors of space. Many ships had been destroyed, and those that remained were severely damaged. Commander Tom looked at Mia, a determined smile on his face. "We have done what no one thought possible," he said. "Now, we must finish what we started." Mia nodded, ready to guide the next strike. Humanity had not only survived, it had gained the upper hand. As night fell, Earth rested under a calm sky. Cities repaired, soldiers prepared for further operations, and civilians maintained readiness. The humans had shown the aliens that intelligence, courage, and unity were powerful weapons. Commander Tom and Mia knew the next move could end the threat entirely. They had turned the tide of battle, and the end of the alien invasion was within reach. The sky above Earth glowed with the light of a rising sun. Commander Tom stood in the command center, watching the radar screens carefully. The alien fleet had been weakened by previous battles, but remnants remained in distant orbit. This was humanity's chance to end the threat once and for all. Soldiers, pilots, and engineers prepared for a decisive strike. Everyone knew this was the moment history would remember. Engineer Mia studied the alien formations. "They are trying to rebuild their shields," she said. If we hit them now, we can destroy their command ships before they regroup. Tom nodded. Then we act immediately. Humanity cannot wait. We strike with everything we have. Plans were finalized, weapons were checked, and communication lines were secured. The entire planet was ready to contribute to the final assault. Fighter jets took to the sky in perfect formation, engines roaring like a single heartbeat. Drones followed, carrying advanced missiles and energy disruptors designed to target alien power sources. Ground forces coordinated defenses, ensuring that Earth remained secure while the final strike was executed. Civilians watched from safe areas, hearts full of hope and anticipation. Humanity was united like never before. As the human fleet approached the alien position, Commander Tom gave the order. Engage on my command. Precision, timing, and courage. This is our moment. Pilots and drone operators responded immediately, moving with perfect synchronization. Missiles and energy pulses struck simultaneously at the alien command ships, causing explosions that shook space itself. Humanity's attack was fast, decisive, and unrelenting. The aliens responded with fury, firing energy beams and attempting to reorganize their ships. However, the humans had learned from previous battles. Fighter jets dodged with skill, drones adapted in real time, and soldiers on Earth maintained support systems. Every strike hit its target, and every movement exploited a weakness in the alien fleet. Humanity's intelligence and courage were more powerful than brute force. Mia guided each attack from the command center. Focus on their central command. Ship, she instructed. Their shields are weaker there. All drones and missiles, concentrate your fire. Humans followed her directions perfectly. Energy bursts hit the alien ship, causing it to wobble and release sparks. Explosions tore through the hull and the ship began to break apart. Humanity was striking at the heart of the alien forces. On Earth, civilians and soldiers alike felt the thrill of success. Reports came in from every corner of the planet. Alien ships were falling, energy cores were destroyed, and enemy forces were retreating in disarray. Humans had transformed fear into courage, strategy, and determination. Every person played a part, and every action contributed to the victory. The alien fleet tried to escape toward deep space, but humans were relentless. Missiles intercepted their retreat, and drones disabled remaining ships. Commander Tom directed every move with calm authority. Do not let them recover. Strike together, strike fast, strike smart. Humans pressed the advantage, leaving no chance for the aliens to regroup. Every hit was precise, and every maneuver was calculated. Finally, the largest alien ship, the one that had commanded their forces, was destroyed in a brilliant explosion. Shockwaves rippled across space as smaller ships were forced to surrender or flee. The alien threat had been neutralized. Humanity had achieved what many had thought impossible. Commander Tom and Mia looked at the displays, a mix of relief and triumph in their eyes. Earth was safe. Civilians cheered from their safe zones, celebrating the bravery and unity of humans everywhere. Soldiers and pilots returned to Earth, tired but victorious. Engineers repaired systems and prepared for post-battle recovery. Across the planet, people felt a new sense of pride. Humanity had faced an unprecedented challenge and emerged stronger, smarter, and united. Commander Tom addressed the world through communication networks. Today, humans proved that courage, intelligence, and unity are our greatest weapons. We faced a threat unlike any other, and we survived. We fought not just for ourselves, but for every generation to come. Earth is ours to protect, and we will continue to protect it together. Cheers erupted across the globe. Humanity had not only survived, it had triumphed. Mia smiled as she looked at the stars. They thought they could overpower us, she said, but they underestimated human courage and intelligence. Tom nodded. And they will never underestimate us again. Together they knew that humanity had changed the galaxy's perception. Earth was strong, united, and ready for any challenge. As the sun set, casting golden light across the planet, humans celebrated, cities repaired, families reunited, and soldiers rested after their long duty. The alien threat was gone, but the memory of bravery and unity would remain forever. Humanity had fired the first shot, fought with courage, and delivered the final strike. Earth was safe, and humans had proven their place as defenders of their world.